We are back for episode 5, Voss Chronicles. Man, today we pretty much doing topic Chris Brown, Welcome to My Life documentary. Now, Cody actually watched the whole documentary this morning because I wanted him to actually watch and see every little detail about what I was kind of talking about in the first podcast that we did together. So before we get into that, I want to address something to Cody right now. He probably don't even know about this topic. I
Alright.
learned earlier that 3 kids died at the elementary school that I went to. They were killed by the bus driver. One was actually coming off of the bus and was killed, and the other two were they were just ran over by the bus and they were hanging under the bus. And this happened at the elementary school that I went to. That's like 2 minutes down the road from my house. I was watching SmackDown last night on Fox, and all of a sudden it says breaking news: Chicago headlines. Park Forest, Illinois, Mohawk Elementary School kid died. So I just want to send my condolences to that family and those people over there because hell, if that would have happened 20 years ago, that could have been me or my friends or something. Because I went to that school. You know what I mean? What's up, Jamal?
Yeah. Eh, the freaking. I mean, is the bus driver like charged?
I don't even know. You know, since Park Forest is a small town, they're updating the story because we live in a small community, so they're updating it every hour. I gotta check Fox, but yeah, breaking news in the middle of the whole Kevin Owens Roman Reigns shit last night. At first, I'm pissed. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't care about this. And then they talk about that. I was like, oh fuck! I thought it was a school shooting or something, but it was actually a kid getting a hit and run by the bus driver. It's fucked up.
It is, and just how like get killed by like these kids are going off the bus, and then I said some of them were like, being dragged along.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking horrible.
There's something was going on in that bus driver's head that actually wanted to get out in a hurry and not actually allow the kids to actually get off the bus and safely onto the sidewalk where they're
Yeah,
not harmed.
that to me, that's the worst thing that can happen in a community is when a kid dies to negligence like that. That's horrible. Um, so yeah, we're gonna get into the Chris Brown topic. So, what did you think about the the Rihanna situation when Chris actually explained it in the documentary, his side that America didn't really get to see in 2009 because Chris never told his side into that documentary. That's what I wanted you to see. So, what do you think about that from your perspective now that you see what really happened?
Well, mine it. Ugh. Well, I think I kind of I understand his point of view. Like the whole bull Ronda story, um, the Ronda story is bullshit. Because even when you can hear in the clip, like, oh, why you did this, and I hate him, like, it just really irritating. But he explained the whole thing, but it all started with a text message,
Hmm.
just a text message. But he wanted to be honest with before going. Wanted to marry her, wanted to live with her, but he wanted to be honest with her before before she found out and things would escalate.
Hmm.
So he being truthful and everything. And first it started out she didn't believe him. It was she's lying because it you mentioned about having sex with another person just
Hmm.
before the fight, and then everything he said was like downhill from there.
Yeah.
And this whole verbal arguments, fight, and then they were he said like in a restaurant or somewhere, and she was crying. Please don't do this. So he said he showed him the phone. Here's my phone. Check it. And she read. He only read the first part, but she read even after the whole. Uh, good luck in the event, uh, whatever the event was. But good luck in the event. And then next was she. That's when she read. I'll see you at the after or some party.
Yeah, the Clyde Davis after party, I believe.
Party. That's when the whole this thing just escalated to he goes like, I didn't. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't read because he said he did not read it from
Mhm.
that point. He only read "Good Luck." That shows he didn't notice that. So it was a whole. I didn't know. I didn't know about it, and it was like you're a liar, fighting, like just hitting him, and like, and then that's when he ends up punching her in the face, and he was like, oh damn, why did I do that? But then he actually more when she spit it in his face,
Mhm.
and then he tried, and then they went tried to calm down at like Hemgood Park. It's the weirdest name, Park. Uh, and he's like trying to calm down, and she took the keys and didn't actually throw it away because he thought it was on the. She threw it out the window. Then she had it under, sat under it, so it was like a fake throw. And then all she hears yelling, "He's right! It's gonna kill me! No, don't do it. We're gonna get in trouble." And then the whole, and more the nuts grabbing and the biting and driving. It was all through a whole text message that she took it out in a whole wrong way.
Mhm.
It's been in a different situation, in my opinion. Oh, okay, I understand you're you're telling the truth, but I'm a little upset that this is happening. That you had this. Wish you told me a little earlier now, because he did hide a little bit, but then that's what. But he decided to come forward before. But it could have been solved better.
Mhm.
But every but now it's like everybody wanted it was on her side. Everyone wanted him to go to women's right counseling, doing this and that, and the whole beat and the whole name calling
Well,
started.
the only thing that I don't like about Chris Brown's point of view on that whole Rihanna situation is I wish I would have heard, like, he never gave his side of the story for years. And 27, like that, the incident happened in 2009. It
Yeah,
had Chris Brown had told the world this in 2009, I'd have been like, yes, finally now they can't bash him because this is why blah 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 blah. I feel like Chris Brown kind of left it to the general public to kind of just fill in the blanks. And
yeah,
of course, the general public is just going to be like, well, he just a fucking monster because that's what men do. Men abuse, blah blah blah, bullshit. And I think he just gave it to America to create this narrative instead of just saying, no, I did this because of this because of this. It would have made so much sense. And I
and
almost feel like he was protecting her in a sense, like when it first happened, because there's this like thing, like when you telling your girlfriend is over, kind of.
yeah, but then that's what he said in the document. Like he's the reason why he never said anything coming forward earlier because he still cared about Rihanna, still had feelings, love, so he didn't want to do anything to hurt her and more physically. So he wanted to make all the public wasn't going to bash her, so
Hmm.
he protect her and took all the heat on himself.
Yeah,
And he said that in the document, and
he
I
did.
it why and his point of view, I would have done. I could easily. I would have done that too
I
if I
probably
was.
would have done the same thing. I would have taken all the heat of it, not realizing like the degree of how I don't think nobody knows how nasty like the world could be when it comes to these kind of situations. Especially like when because in every interview when they was asking what happened, he was like, "I'm gonna keep that between us. I'm gonna keep that between me and her. We both know what really happened." Even the Larry King interview, the one that he did, I forgot, I think of Good Morning America, some other shit he did. But yeah, it just kind of like looked not good on his part.
Uh, yeah, and and you're speaking of like Good Morning America, like even like right out a couple minutes late after when he's 2 years later after the incident, that one she had an incident, but then I swear I don't know why he never like yelled at that
The
girl.
black lady.
Yeah, interviewing
Yeah.
like pushing him to set all about the instance like I don't it's like I'm here to talk about my
Yeah, because they tricked him. Yeah, because Good Morning America told Chris Brown team, his agents, his everybody was like, "Hey, look, we not. He told them in an interview, you can't ask him no Rihanna related questions
Yeah,
because I remember
yeah,
when that happened.
like a little um dominant script or like a will or forget what he called it. It was things like, okay,
A
this before
manuscript.
you cannot say this
Yeah,
certain or if you do, we'll hold you accountable.
yeah,
But yeah, go on.
yeah. And he basically told them you cannot say this blah 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 to Chris Brown. We're here to promote an album because from Chris Brown's perspective, I believe he had just won a Grammy for Fame. So he's like, I had the biggest comeback in R&B history, which he did because you got to think about it. When Chris Brown first debuted, I think his first album sold like 15 million copies. That's amazing for a debut. That's like Michael Jackson type numbers. Then his second album sold like 26 million exclusive. And then when the Rihanna incident happened, he released his album after that. He didn't release his album before that. So I think the Graffiti album, which is his third album, only sold like 3 million copies. So the world was like, he's done. So to sell I think 40 million copies of Fame and win a Grammy, that's like the biggest comeback in R&B history. So he didn't want to talk about that shit no more. In his mind, Chris Brown was like, I have tunnel vision towards the future while y'all talk a stool through the fucking window or something.
That's what he said. A stool, but apparently it wasn't even a stool. He just
Yeah,
punched
he punched it. Yeah.
glass, and he didn't know how strong he punched it. And then that's gonna like he's like, whoa, you know what? I need to get out of this building before I do something else. And let's walk down. Whole Puff Ross there taking pictures with that, you know, shirt. And then that's when the whole they start. You see, the next part was like arguing with a parking space with uh Floyd, not uh the whatever that girl sings to waves, Ocean. I think it was Ocean, or whatever that wave singing waves, and then they went to the bar fight with Drake.
Oh yeah, the bar fight with Drake.
They didn't do much. That
Yeah, yeah.
he got another charge for like hitting another man.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
So it's like basically after that incident, it's like America kind of just labeled Chris Brown as this violent person that doesn't speak up for his actions. That's kind of what they did. And in reality, that's not who Chris Brown is. To me, like I'm be honest, when that shit first happened, I was just like, okay, I want when's the next album coming out? Like I never like looked at him any differently because I understand how situations like that, how that shit would really happen. You know what I mean? And when he first came out, he just didn't give me that I'm a mean, angry person. I just feel like he was fucked with to the degree of like to a certain extent. But yeah, and he actually went on 106 in Park. It used to be a show on BET, and he apologized for his actions on Good Morning America. He just said he was irritated that there was kind of a setup, you know. And for those of you who don't know, the younger audience, basically 106 in Park was like a platform for like music, like before YouTube was music. Like a long time ago, there was no artists on YouTube with music videos. You actually watched them on 106 in Park. And then they had an app called Vivo where you can watch the music videos on Vivo. And then they had the 106 in Park countdown where you can watch the music video on the app. Then I think in 2014, 106 in Park was actually canceled due to lower ratings because of YouTube was starting to like show all the music videos. And this is how we are here today. But I thought I'd just elaborate on that for the younger audience who don't know what 106 in Park is.
mhm.
But yeah, like basically for those of you who don't know what's going on, I asked Cody to watch the Chris Brown "Welcome to My Life" documentary so he can really get an inside of feel of Chris Brown's life. And like I remember there's another part of the documentary, like Chris Brown wanted to be a rapper. He didn't even want to be a singer at first. In the beginning of the documentary, he was explaining how I think his name was like C Sizzle. Yeah, C Sizzle. That was his first name. And then when he wanted to be a rapper, and then it showed you how he got signed to Jive Records and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted Cody to get an idea of what we were talking about in the first podcast or whatnot.
Well, as watching, I do know, okay, definitely the ideal. And actually, watching explains a lot. Watching it kind of explains a little more than what you were talking about, and more depth of this all his life.
Hmm. Yeah, like as much as I like Justin Bieber, but I always feel like if that incident and when him and Rihanna didn't happen, he would probably be bigger than Bieber. He probably would be because the Rihanna incident happened the year Michael, like, it's crazy. The Rihanna incident happened the year Michael Jackson died and the year Bieber took off. Like Chris Brown's career kind of went down, Michael died, and we needed somebody to kind of like replace, like not replace Michael, but be the new MJ. We all knew that was Chris Brown. But I feel like Justin Bieber won by default because Chris Brown was going through his situation in front of America. You know what I mean? So I feel like all those Chris Brown's fans that used to be fans that left, you know what I mean, went to Justin Bieber. You know what
Bieber.
I mean? Yeah, went to Bieber. And then they had the Bieber mania, Bieber fever and shit. But that was all Chris Brown. You know, that used to be all Chris Brown before that shit happened, you know?
Yeah, like I said, what the Iran incident never happened, those fans would never have gone to Justin.
You know? And
They would
I,
have
I,
found, and
I
then
say that to the day.
probably might not have been as much great as it is today if it wasn't for that incident.
I think I think had the Rihanna situation never happened, I think Justin Bieber's career would not be what it is to this day in terms of popularity. He would always be. He's a talented singer, but I think they would be kind of like doing this, like kind of here. It's like a Prince and Michael Jackson thingy. But Chris would succeed because like Chris wouldn't have no dirt on his name. Because Chris is a better dancer than Bieber and he's a better singer, in my opinion, than Bieber. Um, so I do think Bieber would have got Chris's torch instead of like people just blackballing Chris if it because the industry treats Chris Brown as if he never fucking existed. They don't even acknowledge that he existed. And he gets nominated for awards now because you can't deny his talent. Like you know, he's
Well,
trending for old songs on Indigo, like under the influence of shit. That song got so popular on TikTok under the influence that he literally had to put his album on hold and go back to make a music video and promote just that song. That's how big that fucking song is. And it's still trending for like top play music videos on fucking YouTube right now. And that's a 3-year-old song. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't deny that.
well, definitely. I,
And then not yeah, moving on to a different topic. So what do you think about the football playoffs right now? Because I've actually kind of been like keeping an eye on it. I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed but kind of shocked when the fucking Cowboys beat Tampa Bay. I mean, I knew Tampa Bay, we were battling injuries all fucking season. I mean, we was a wild card team anyway, battling injuries the whole fucking season. But fucking Cowboys, like I don't did the 49ers fucking beat the Cowboys today? You should look that up because I fucking hope not.
the 49ers uh don't think because right now the what's going on is the first game is the Jaguars and the Chiefs are playing right now.
Yeah. I seen that earlier. I seen that. I didn't see it, but I seen that being promoted this morning.
Oh, I can do it.
But I don't think Dak played. Dak Prescott played today. I don't think they played. But like I
Uh,
said, the
oh,
Cowboys ain't winning shit. Fuck the Cowboys.
yeah, let's see. And one. So this is okay. So today, oh yeah. So this is to. So right now the Chiefs are leading by a touchdown.
Chiefs are
Again,
winning.
Jag. And then later, it's the Eagles and Giants.
Eagles and Giants. Who you got winning that one?
That one. Oh, that's tough because either team can actually win
Hmm.
because the Giants can win or the Eagles. Uh if I had to choose one, probably the Giants winning
Yeah, I
that,
can see that.
and then Bills and the Bengals tomorrow.
I got the
Uh,
Bills. I think the Bills gonna pull it out.
I'm just thinking the Bengals
Bengals.
one. Yeah, and then it's the Cowboys and 49ers and the even the Cowboys even won the first, but they're losing tomorrow.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys is a disappointing team, and like I know that's supposed to be America's team and America's fucking team. In my opinion, America don't really got a damn team. People want to compare the Cowboys to the Lakers, But you got to see the reason why the Lakers are the Lakers because they got the most championships. The fucking Cowboys don't even have more championships than the Pittsburgh Steelers or Tom Brady. Tom Brady got more championships than fucking Tom Brady got more championships than fucking franchises. He got more championships than the Pittsburgh Steelers and the damn Cowboys and the fucking 49ers, I believe.
Yes.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
much, and it's got more. And I think it's the whole. I think the stuff with Tom Brady's life happened throughout the year.
Mhm.
Kind of like just he wasn't totally focusing much on football, and
Yeah, I think the divorce shit is the separation stuff, the rumors, the separation stuff, uh, and the injuries. Because think about it, that the team has been injured, off and on the whole year. Got off to a shit start. Um, but I think Tom Brady is like at that point where it's like he don't got to prove nothing. And I think Brady still thinks that he has some shit to prove because you got some dumbasses that still think Joe Montana is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. You know what I mean? You still got people out there like that because you know how in basketball, like after Jordan's greatness, people just accepted, okay, Michael Jordan's the best. For his time before there was a Kobe or LeBron, people say, okay, Michael got nothing else to prove. But people haven't done that. I've noticed people are not doing that for Tom Brady. To me, he is the goat. And then until you surpass him, then you know
oh yeah, it's like I was just probably what like lost to the Cowboys. Like how do you lose to a team that really sucked?
I was
Yeah,
so pissed off. But I got a sense that when the Cowboys, because I watched that game, when the Cowboys scored the first touchdown, I got a sense that they're gonna beat us. They wanted it more. They just for you seen they wanted it fucking more than we did. That's the sense that I got the whole fucking game when we fucked up the fourth. We got a fourth down on the first damn like first couple plays of the game. You just throw, incomplete pass, first down, first down, fourth down. I'm like, fuck. And then like within the first 2 minutes of the game, we already kicking it to them, and they returning the fucking ball. So I'm like, oh god damn, it's gonna be that. So I already got a sense to like it was done. You know.
yeah. But I know it's like right now I'm the one I think right now because the one team I'm voting for is I like to see the Jaguars go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's a that this is the team that sucked all those many years
Mhm.
to come to the playoffs. Finally, wins a division this year, gets in the playoffs, and technically nobody was taking them to win. Actually, the first round, well, they were supposed to kind of lose against the Chargers, and they end doing the upset because the Chargers they had well, the Chargers in that last week where they had like a 27-point lead over them, and then boom, they just blew it and let the Jags in it. So I'm hoping that as the underdog, the Jags go to the Super Bowl. I'd rather not see the anybody. Unless
See, for me, like I don't want the 49ers to win the Super Bowl either because I don't want the Joe Montana fanboys to be like, oh, well, the franchise is getting the same amount of championships as Tom Brady. So it's like, I kind of just want 49ers to take out the Cowboys and the fucking 49ers get taken out by somebody else. If that make any sense?
in the yeah in the
Yeah, conference, yeah. That's all I want. At that point, I don't even give a shit who win. All I care about the 49ers actually beating the Cowboys.
which will happen anyways.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, because we all know how the Cowboys do. They have glimpses of hope, and they be like, "Oh yeah," and then then there's Stephen A. with his hat on. Stephen A. come in first take. How about those Cowboys? And then I was like, "Yep, the Cowboys fucked it up again."
Yeah, yeah, he always does that. Oh, I can talk trash now.
Yeah, the Cowboys are disappointing. They're very fucking disappointing.
And you see this biggest grin on his face. I swear to God, every time he talks about some trash team you don't like, he has the biggest grin
Yeah,
on his.
and it's like the one thing that I don't understand about the Dallas Cowboys. When the fuck was the last time? I think the last time they were in the Super Bowl was like in the '90s, right? I think
Uh,
like '95, I believe. But here's the thing: to be America's team, you gotta fucking win. The reason why Lakers is considered like America's team is because they've won during this fucking decade multiple times. They won in 2000, 2001, 2002 with the Shaq and Kobe era. Then the Paul Gasol Kobe era, they won in '09 and 2010. And then in LeBron AD era, they won in 2020. So they won. They got fucking banners. Fucking Cowboys, I don't think they. Dude, I ain't heard shit about the Cowboys winning shit in a long time. I don't think I was even alive. Because I know we wasn't not alive for that Joe Montana shit. I know the 49ers have made some appearances with like Terrell Owens in the early, I think in 2000, the 49ers did some shit. They done some shit, you know? But fuck Cowboys, that America's team, really? I can see if they said the fucking Patriots was America's team. But the fucking Cowboys, I mean, come on, goddamn.
Well, yeah, I can see that. Or some other team.
Yeah, I can see the Patriots. They literally the fucking Patriots. You know what I mean? Red, white, and blue, the Patriots. If that was America's team, it'd be so like, okay, I get it. But the fucking Cowboys, if they win, that'd be one of them things where it's like, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't fucking get it. Did you see the results?
I'm gonna say night. So actually, the last time they won, like the Cowboy, was actually just a year after you were born.
'96. I knew it because I know San Francisco. When was San Francisco's last appearance? I feel like '95, right? I think, like you said, '96 was for the Cowboys
Uh,
because I think one of those fucking teams played in the Super Bowl that Michael Jackson actually did his first performance for. I believe it's the Cowboys and somebody. Forget.
was, yeah, last was like 1995.
So this is like a renewed rivalry. The 49ers and the Cowboys, like a renewed.
But yeah, the almost Super Bowl appearance. Yeah, but the last. So that's when the 49ers won. It was in '95. But the last appearance was actually just before
2000.
COVID started, 2019.
Yeah, true, true, true. Last appearance. You're right. You're right. So they've been further along than the fucking Cowboys, which proves my point. How you America's team and you ain't had an appearance in like fucking what 20 some years?
Well, yeah, you should have been. You should be actually. If you're that American, you should be pumped. Well, you should be a great team.
Because honestly, God, true for all those years, America's team was really the
Team.
Patriots.
You should have been in the playoffs every year,
Yeah,
not so low.
yeah. That's like saying that the fucking. To me, that's equivalent to somebody saying like, what's an overhyped NBA team that just like don't win shit, but like people hype them up. I gotta think.
Uh,
It's like a franchise that like gets hyped like a motherfucker. But
X.
you said the Knicks, perfect example. The fucking New York Knicks. The New York Knicks is an example of overhyped America's like not America's team, but like they have expectations of getting the biggest star every fucking year, and they don't
Yeah,
do anything. The Knicks, you're right, absolutely right, because the Knicks that haven't won since like the '70s, the Phil Jackson era Knicks, the fucking Walt Frazier era Knicks. Not even Bernard King, because Bernard King was in the '80s of the Knicks, and he didn't win shit neither.
the last time. Well, they did. I think they made the playoffs last year. So many years.
Mm. Didn't they
Um,
lose to Atlanta?
I think it was last Leonard's. Well, last. I don't know if it's the whole play in or something. I think they made it the
It was
one.
2021.
Yeah, they made it like the one time since like the night in the '90s.
Yeah, because remember Trey Young fucking was on fucking wrestling promoting that he beat the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. That was the year that Brock Lesnar had came back and fucking beat the shit out of Sami Zayn, remember? And had him in that fucking cast.
But that was like that was the last. That's the since like in the nine. Other than that, the last and the next actually went in the playoffs was actually the first round when my team kicked their asses out.
Yeah, and remember 2012 when they played the Heat. and they only won one game. The Melo's Knicks. Remember Carmelo's Knicks?
Yeah,
Melo, Melo, Amari Stoudemire and Tyson Chandler and I forgot else was Raymond Felton. That was the Mike Brown slash I think Mike Brown slash Mike D'Antoni era.
yeah.
Yeah, that was those Knicks. And they had promise, but remember, then those Knicks could not get past my Heat or the Boston Celtics. Or then it became my Heat, the Celtics, and they couldn't get past Indiana Pacers because I remember in 2013 they lost to the Pacers in the playoffs the year after. And then after that, I think their last appearance in the playoffs was 2013 for no 2014 for a while, and then they just didn't make it. They didn't make it until like the when they got fuck I forgot his name, uh, but they didn't make it for a while. Then they lost to the Hawks. I think they got R.J. Barrett and that dude that left the Lakers, number
Uh,
30. I forgot his name. But he got the
um,
braid, dark skin, kind of swole.
no, you talking about Julius Randle?
Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett. Before that era, they didn't make the playoffs since the Melo era. So yeah, that the Knicks is a prime example of an overhyped fucking team that everybody thinks that. Like for example, when Kyrie and KD was free agents, all Stephen A. Smith was like, "I hope they go to the Knicks," and they went to the fucking the Nets, which is the Nets is basically like the Clippers, and the Knicks is like the Lakers basically.
Yeah, it's of course Stephen A. wanted to because Stephen A. is a huge Knicks fan, and
Yeah,
you and
Knicks fan.
all talks about it every time. Like, oh, the Knicks disappointed me this time. Like, I wish they could have done this. They should have done this, and no, they're not doing this. Like, fuck the Knicks. Why? We all fans, and uh like, who cares? Fuck, shut the fuck up, Stephen A. It's but he's you can see his passion, but he just holy crap.
Yeah, the Knicks is fucking definitely a prime team like the Cowboys. The Cowboys and the Knicks are disappointment. Now, I give the Cowboys credit because they actually used to be a dynasty. What I don't understand about the New York Knicks is they never were a fucking dynasty. They only won 2 championships in the '70s, and then people was like, "That's the." Since basketball, Madison Square Garden is the mecca of sports, their expectation is to since basketball kind of originated in New York. The expectation is to get a big star and to win all the fucking time.
You respect it because if you look back and oh, it was actually New York. What they call it, Nick, short for Nick Knickerbockers. It was actually the first team against Toronto to play the
Hmm.
first game. It wasn't LA. It wasn't Los Angeles. It was Knicks in Toronto. It was actually in Toronto in the 1946, and that's actually what the whole thing started. So you think if the Knicks was the team that's like long started, they should be the one popular to win as many championships as they could, but
Yeah,
they only won two in their lifetime, and they're
they
not even
couldn't even they couldn't even never make it out. See the thing, they can
that
never make it out of the East to beat the Celtics. Then they couldn't make it out the East to beat the Bulls. Then they couldn't beat the Pistons for so long. Then it's like at one point they couldn't make it out the East versus the Hawks. And then when they actually made it to the finals in the '90s, they couldn't beat the fucking Spurs or I think Houston, I believe.
yeah, it's like, but they should have like in all that time we should at least had like a couple of championships even before the whole Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, uh, Kareem, all those guys, even Michael Jordan's era. They should at least had maybe a couple of them, maybe three.
The year Michael Jordan left, the '94-'95 season, that was the Knicks' chance to shine. But then it's like the Houston Rockets came out of nowhere and was like, well, fuck that. We winning back to back titles. The 2 years from Michael Jordan left. The Knicks won 2 titles. And then, not the Knicks, the Rockets won 2 titles. And then the Knicks could never fucking win a championship, say their life. But like,
Their lives.
now, here's my other big question. That I think it's one of the final topics that we talk about. What do you think about the Royal Rumble expectations, who you got winning, and what do you think about Cody Rhodes like return?
Hmm. I've always not knew and seen that he was going to return.
Hmm.
injury in the Royal Rumble because I have feeling that he's gonna come in and actually win it.
I get that sense too, because his whole purpose of coming back was to win a championship. Now, let me ask you this question, and I know the answer to this because no fan is ever ready. Are you ready for Roman to lose his title? Like, as a fan, like how I was not ready for Mandy to lose her title. Like, it just shocked me. Like, are you ready for like Roman to? Because think about it, it's not just Roman dropping a belt. Roman broke Roman broke JBL's record on SmackDown, and he broke John Cena's record, and he broke CM Punk's record for the longest champion in modern day history. Now he's facing like Bruno San Tino. You know,
Yeah. To be honest, no. I like at least he can keep it like, as long as he could because there's nothing as we talked was what else is there for him to do? If
and
he
what
loses,
else is there for him to do? And who the fuck is going to beat him? To me, at this point, they've made Roman's character so unbeatable and so iconic on SmackDown that it's not believable if he's not beaten by like a Orton or a Cena or a Brock Lesnar at this point because he can't drop it to Cody Rhodes. If he drops it to Cody Rhodes, it's just like
and
that's
he's
going to send Cody Rhodes' career over. But at the same time, it's going to kill it. The Roman Empire is going to go fucking crumbling down, and
and
Roman can't stay. He has to they have to separate the belts. And I noticed that the Usos is kind of like they starting to like make it where like the Raw tag team titles on the line, but the SmackDown is not. So the belt's separate again.
yeah. So what it is so now on Monday is the 30th Raw.
30th anniversary, yeah.
They got a whole acknowledgement every first like the acknowledgement to every bloodline in the family, and then it's the Usos are facing the Judgment Day for the Raw tag, but then there's a tag team tournament on SmackDown, and the winners of that tournament, I guess, are facing um, uh, the Usos for the SmackDown. Hold on for a second.
All right. All right, yeah, I'll be just waiting for a sec while Cody go answers his door. You are so great. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so just you can sit down and just listen. But
Hey, boss.
What's up, Michael? How you doing, man?
Good.
well, why don't you actually? You the vote.
Oh, yes. I had some questions for you, boss. Let me set my dinner down for a minute.
Okay, cool. Hit me with him.
Question.
Well,
I did hear Cody told me you're getting married soon. Is that right?
Yeah, that is true. I am getting married soon. That is true. Wait, what did you say?
Is a good woman?
Yeah, good woman, Michael.
That's good. Here, I'll show my face. It's been a while.
No. Why you defend? No one wants to see your face.
How you been, boss?
I've been good, Michael. When you coming back to Snapchat?
He's got it. Why don't you explain that situation? I'm not explaining it to you.
Cody saw me dressed as a Santa
No.
avatar. And he
No
said
one
it's
cares
not
if
Christmas.
Wait, Cody saw you dressed as an avatar.
No, it's Bitmoji on Snapchat.
Bit emoji of Santa suit.
He's got a new one.
Oh, so you're back on Snapchat.
A little bit. My tablet's a bit dead, but tomorrow I'll be on Snapchat, yes?
All right, well, you should just be preparing for Aaron Brown.
What's he been doing, by the way?
Okay, we don't care about him. He's
Driving people nuts?
he's a loser. No one cares.
Pretty much.
You know, I said to Cody, I said he deserves to get some KFC for his birthday.
Oh my god, no one cares.
What the fuck?
KFC? Is there one in Kentucky, by the way, boss?
Do you have any other things before we
Sorry.
Get back?
Sorry,
No,
boss.
we don't need to. This
Sorry, Michael.
with him and that loser. Okay, we're talking about stuff.
Hey, how's Gucci doing?
There. Why don't you
He's still drinking and playing guitars.
find him and message him?
What?
He's still drinking and playing guitar.
Oh God. Is that girl still around?
Now she's in rehab.
What?
Okay, well, no one cares about rehab. You want to know what you're talking about the gas thing? We don't need to.
Was she by Voss at all?
Oh my God.
I'm not sure, Michael.
Bye, boy. Sit down. Okay.
Oh, I'm joyful.
Okay, joyful boy. Okay, now we're gonna back on our topic before you knocked on the door.
I think I was asking you about Roman Reigns' opponent. Yeah, who's the right opponent to take that from him at this point? Because to me, there is no right opponent.
Well, see, yeah, and because let's say like why first of all, why would you get with John Cena? Because you might as well just if John Cena wins it, he's pretty much might have him lose it the next day.
Yeah, John
because
Cena
he's not around.
He's not around.
Randy Orton is injured, but he hasn't come back since they lost the Raw tag team to Usos when they actually unified the belts last year. So it was like months. So, and I don't see Randy Orton even stay keeping that title that long. He might just win it and then have it for maybe a month or so until the next pay per view and lose it, and then that's probably when he would retire. Okay, I've done enough. I won the title one more time. I'm done.
And then it's like the Brock Lesnar shit is getting boring.
And that's just old too. So nobody wants to see that over Roman Reigns.
Now they kind of change their attention to like a Brock and Bobby shit now.
Yeah.
Which that is boring too.
And it's like, and as you said, Cody Rhodes is like not. Most fans are like, oh yeah, I want probably want to see Cody Rhodes win, but it's not really that believable, and he's just gonna lose it again.
Mm-hmm.
And so okay, what else there? And then everybody else is thinking, well, what about The Rock? Well, Rock ain't gonna stay that long either.
Yeah, Rock, Dwayne ain't gonna fucking stay long because Hollywood's calling for Black Adam too. So Dwayne ain't gonna stay that long to win no title.
I see maybe The Rock and Roman facing, but they're not gonna have Rock win it.
I think what's honestly going to end up happening is three things. Now, one scenario can piss both of us off. I think what could end up happening is somehow Kevin Owens, not this match, but eventually Kevin Owens winning the title out of nowhere and piss me and you off because that's stupid. Second thing is, I think two opponents that at this point that has to beat Roman. It got to be a future guy. It's another scenario too. Seth Rollins can beat him because they'll do it because they know if Seth wins, it won't piss the fans off because that's his Shield former brother. Austin Theory, can finally make it to the mountaintop and be the next push because that's what the fuck they're trying to do anyway. Or Cody Rhodes. If they do Cody Rhodes, it's gonna be a babyface thing, and he can win his first title. And Cody Rhodes had this white hot push because now he took out Roman. But regardless, they got to be careful who they give the keys to the ship to because whoever beats Roman is gonna be fucking like their career is gonna be made out of that moment. Just like the person who beat Cena after his reign. Just like how Punk lost his title after that reign. The person you got to be careful who you lose your belt to because you could make a fucking superstar accidentally. And I can see it somehow it being Theory or Cody Rhodes. Those are the two that I'm thinking.
Yeah. I have a feeling that with Theory they're going to push him because they've already pushed him with the United States title. So
and I think the only reason he's not the WWE champion right now is because they're fucking unified. Think about it. Theory would be WWE champion as we speak right now. The only reason the United States Championship is getting so much traction because there's not a title available for top tier talent at the moment because the belts are unified, which was the dumbest shit they've ever done. They should have kept Brock should have kept his one and dropped it to the fucking WWE Championship should still be on Raw, so we wouldn't have this problem. Because if you think about it, I get Roman wants to be the champion among champions to have the longest reign with dual belts, not just one. But now they kind of made it where like when he loses, wrestling's gonna be fucking stupid because Roman can't stay. What the fuck he gonna lose and then come back and win the championship again, and then like after you see that great run, and he gonna try to you know top that run again or not going because think about it, if Roman loses right and he wins the championship back, the expectation for us as fans is he got to be champion for 2 years again because if he drops it again it's gonna be a fail.
Yeah, too. Well, is as much as when his reign is like 800 and so odd days. Now he's got to like at least top that if he has to lose get it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? And if they let's say he tops it, oh, then they gotta make him lose it again. It just so it's like, and then it just get boring. It's like, oh, there's no point now. Like
Yeah,
you're just you using them not the right way. So he might as well like since then leave. And that's what I think if they and that's what I feel like if he loses it, he's either gonna be off the screen for a while and then and come back try to win it again, or he's completely done and going somewhere else over time.
I don't know because like when characters like even when CM Punk dropped his title, he left for a long time and then he came back. But and Cena was the only one that dropped his belt and was there because that's just John Cena at that time. Cena was at the height of his career, so Cena would drop his belt. I think Cena lost his belt to Edge at New Year's Revolution. I think because Edge
Oh,
cashed his Money in the Bank on Cena. I think that's when he was dating Lita, and it was at the pay per view. It was an elimination chamber. That was before the chamber had its own pay per view. It was at the Elimination Chamber. New Year's Revolution was the name of the pay per view, and I think that's how Cena dropped his belt for the longest reigning WWE champion in Raw history. But that was believable back then because Edge was the next guy up. Oh, he needs to leave. He needs to get out of here.
yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah, it's go in there. But yeah, and it's funny now the Royal Rumble one's like it's been 2 years I think since Roman faced Kevin Owens, and we're really doing this thing again.
Because
Is that
now it's like they've already ran out of opponents for him now. So now they just re-digging up old shit. And don't be shocked if Edge don't resurface or somebody else don't challenge him or Braun Strowman. I got a feeling that they're gonna come with that bullshit again.
like the only I can see the only thing new is well, it's not even really believable to beat him, but the way the storyline is, I kind of don't want to see him go this, but I kind of see it somehow where Sami Zayn is gonna turn.
Nice home
I,
screen.
yeah, I can see that from a mile away. Sami Zayn turning, and that's why I was saying like some type of outside interference and Kevin Owens winning the championship. That's gonna piss me off. Or somehow they do this weird shit where it's like the Fiend wins the title, and then they bring back up like the Fiend saying, "Roman, I didn't forget that you took the title from me in the first place." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh, Bray Wyatt. Yeah.
well, that's only Bray wants to talk, and it's being that they're actually bringing actually this past last night the Firefly Funhouse end up coming back.
Yeah, that shit with the day he was dusting all the shit off in there because
Yeah,
that weirdo LA Knight was in the ring. Who the fuck is he?
he's I, that's his name. He was in NXT, and then and before he went back, he was also Max Max Dupree.
Yeah, I remember that name, but I don't remember no LA Knight shit because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been watching WWE a lot since Mandy got fired because that shit really pissed me. I was a big Mandy fan. I felt about Mandy Rose that you felt about Alexa Bliss, so that's like Alexa getting fired. To me, that just
Oh,
it
Mandy.
pissed me off.
Listen.
Shut up, please.
Sorry, boss. I'm just.
Shut, Michael. For God's sake, you're interrupting our conversation. Jesus. Yeah, it's I don't know. Allen it was like I think big on NXT before he moved, and that's when he changed the first couple months to Max Dupree. But then it didn't work out because he was supposed to be the leader of this male model thing. That's where you seen if I don't know if you watched
Yeah,
the.
I saw them fucking idiots in those short shorts and them.
Please tell me. I see you the planet. Oh my god.
Because what wasn't it the match where Selena Vega was sitting down with Michael Cole and Wade Barrett?
Yes.
and she was commentating. The motherfuckers had like pink jewelry and shit in their face. What the fuck they do to his character?
Like, because if you look, there was Mansoor, because he was supposed to be like the one for the big star, Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia.
he used to wear like a cool jacket. He had a really cool outfit at one point. He was a decent like wrestler.
And then there was Mace, and Mace used to be part of this uh, big group, because it used to be Mace, someone else, actually, Lit Min, the what's her name, Min, Chinese, was actually in this group before. She's now with AJ. They all were masked and stuff.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
With the big, tall, giant dude.
Yeah, he was part of that, and it's like now he's gone from that to this guy that has to wear these stupid Nick shorts that are so weird and gay.
And they do them weird poses and shit.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, that shit was.
like what
I mean,
fashion show? What is it?
that almost reminded me of that shit that Tyler Breeze and Fandango had going on.
Oh my god! Oh yes, no, that yes, they were.
Get out! How do you ban?
Oh, please leave, Aaron. No, I know what you're. Speak. I am speaking. Fucking. But anyways, no, I don't know. Yeah, they were Fabrizi and Dong was a fabulous song. They were so weird because they were just like model walk. They had like this whole wearing fur pant legs thing, and Breezy had the selfie thing, and
The selfie stick shit, and then they had like these feathery ass clothes and shit.
see it on the big screens. Like,
It's like the only person that can do that and it doesn't seem like gay or weird was fucking John Morrison. Think about it, like John Morrison could like put the bedazzle shit on and like do the whatever, but John Morrison was a good ass wrestler. That's why. And Tyler Breeze sucked, and these other idiots sucked.
but he only did like, but he didn't wear like fur pants or legs. He just wore like this regular attire, and he probably just did a whole entrance spin move. But that's his entrance, and then he just went in and wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't there really promoted like a fashion statement. He was like, "I'm here to wrestle. That's it."
Yeah. It did piss me off of kind of how they did John Morrison too. Not to go into John Morrison, but it kind of pissed me off of like they kind of fucked up John Morrison's second half of his career and Jeff Hardy's because they didn't get singles pushes afterward. Like they only got like mid card pushes really. They made John Morrison Miz's bitch. When in reality, when it first started, Miz was Morrison's bitch because Morrison had the higher push in the early 2000s, and now since Miz has a bigger push right now, which is dumb as fuck. I don't get that. Even though I don't hate the Miz, but he's just not a better wrestler than John Morrison, in my opinion, to do that. But who do you think gonna win the female Royal Rumble?
That's.
I think Alexa Bliss probably.
Oh, Bianca.
Wait, is Alexa in the Royal Rumble? Or she just for the title?
Oh no, hell no, Michael.
Oh, Bianca Belair.
No, fuck no. That bit.
Wait, Bianca's the champion, right?
Yes, she's the
So
champion.
she can't be in the Rumble.
Yeah, I could see either Lexi winning it. Maybe Rhea, like Ripley.
What about the Hispanic girl that came up from NXT? The big the swole girl.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, she probably, but I don't. She can.
They pushing the hell out of her.
I think she'll probably be maybe last in the couple top.
What about Liv Morgan?
That's not reasonable.
Liv Morgan. See, here's the thing. Like, I think creative don't really like the idea of her being champion over Charlotte and what the fuck, Rhonda. Liv Morgan's on the wrong brand. In reality, Liv Morgan. What'd you say, Michael?
I looked the other day. Liv Morgan's my age.
See, these now adding new counts.
And this is a prime example of why you can't get rid of Aaron Brown.
Who is it, boss?
Okay. Another person that could possibly win it, the female, is probably Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, her too. I haven't heard much from her though. I don't really watch Raw as much as I watch SmackDown, but I ain't really heard much from her.
SmackDown, right? She's not on Raw. She's on SmackDown.
She is.
Because she was actually with Ronda Rousey when Ronda was still the champ before she lost to Charlotte. So I can see her winning it, unless Ronda comes back, right? Unless she comes back and wins it.
I can definitely see that. Definitely.
Shayna Baszler scares me, boss.
The only other thing I could see, unless there's a surprise, like someone that hasn't been on for a while.
Now, my biggest thing is like this. What really, really helped me, right? I got a funny feeling that Mandy will get her job back because a lot of people are pissed. And if Mandy fucking wins the Rumble and they finally get her that fucking push that she didn't get before she got fired. That's what my hope is like. If somebody come back, I hope it's Mandy.
You like
because Mandy said in her interview, she was like, anything can happen with the WWE. I'm not closing the door, but you never know. I could come back anytime. That's what she said. So she didn't leave WWE on bad terms. And she said if WWE is willing to negotiate a contract, her OnlyFans will be monitored if they offer her more money. So hopefully she comes up and comes back because I think they wronged her.
Yeah, but I still think that's stupid. Like, just let her do that thing. Like, if she wants to do stuff on her OnlyFans, that's out. That's her time away from the company. Like, that's not. It shouldn't be. No, she's not like, oh, I'm gonna promote this match and this match on my OnlyFans. She's just doing what she wants to do on it. She's not like doing it, bashing or just talking about stuff that she can't talk about.
Boss, I know who should come back that hasn't wrestled for a while on the Royal Rumble, boss.
Who, Michael?
Miss McMahon.
Oh, for God's sake.
Michael, she just retired. She just stepped down. She just she resigned as the CEO.
Oh, wow.
Well, you said Vince or Miss McMahon?
Yeah. He's trying to step down, and Vince is trying to come back and sell the company.
Like, isn't that Triple H's wife?
So yeah, definitely.
I'm confused. That's Mr. McMahon's wife, right?
What? What are you talking about?
Now, Stephanie is Mr. McMahon's daughter.
Okay.
It's like
that was confusion. Who's Triple H married to?
Your mother.
Yeah, Triple H is married to Stephanie.
Stephanie, okay.
Yes.
No, and they say that outside of wrestling, Triple H is a pain in the ass.
You're a pain in the ass right now.
I'm not a wrestler though.
Yeah. All right.
I went last in the ring.
Of course not. You wouldn't last anywhere else. So let's put it that way.
One punch. Oh, there goes Michael.
In a minute, one punch is going to happen.
But yeah, I just think that the Royal Rumble, I'm looking forward to that. And then when whoever wins, we would be pissed, but we'll do it the next day, the aftermath of the Rumble. Because I got a feeling that they gonna. See at this point, I don't see the purpose of the damn legends returning because they're not gonna fucking win. Like you just know you see a legend, but they won't. Like if Lita came back, yeah, Lita's back, blah 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 blah, thrown over the rope, she's done.
Yeah, that's pretty much all.
That's all. They just get the legends that get fucking squashed. So it's like the same shit for the guys. If Kurt Angle comes back, he squash. Kurt Angle ain't fucking winning.
Oh, that's just stuff. That old bastard back. We had Kurt Angle was just on SmackDown the other day, not like past week for his birthday. And he was on there, like and I think he's supposed to be on Monday for the things like, really, do you need to have another TV time for him? He's got enough already. Like, why?
Hey, boss, I asked Cody if I invited to the wedding.
Oh my God! Here now we're talking wrestling. Now we go from one thing to the wrestling to the wedding.
Cody, Michael, you said, are you invited to my wedding?
What?
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
I asked Cody yesterday.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, Michael, you gotta be a little more active on Snapchat to be invited to the wedding, Michael.
Okay.
I didn't say no, Michael. I said you just gotta be active on fucking Snapchat.
Michael, just relax, okay? All right.
I haven't seen you face to face, boss. That's the thing.
Face to face.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, Michael, you're invited. Yes.
Good Lord. All right, now we doing that crap, okay?
I'm supposed to say it's Cody gonna.
What?
I was gonna say something bad.
What?
I hope one day that Cody gets married.
If I get married, it won't be fucking here. I swear to God, I'll be gone by then. Okay, are we done with that conversation?
Oh boy!
You know these conversations are pretty much off stream. Like,
sorry, boss.
We can talk this in the Snapchat.
Sorry about that, boss.
All right, Mike.
People are now going to focus on that. Like, oh, Voss, when are you getting married? Oh, Voss, when's winning? When's Voss? So, what are you going to wear? Like, this is all the comments. Like, are you going to, what music are you going to play in there? Like, oh, Lord. Fight us. Come on. That's the next thing. You're going to hear a comment. Okay, since I'm your subscriber, can you please fight me to your wedding? Like, we're here to talk about topic.
Cody can't handle me sometimes, boss. I tell you.
I don't even know why
why you live here.
All right, let's get back on the topic before you interrupt us for more wedding. Is that on your system? We're talking about Royal Rumble, and then this thing comes up.
Yeah, I just think that the Rumble can go one or two ways: amazing or shitty.
Okay, Voss is talking. Continue.
I hear you.
Because, like I said, at this point, I don't want no more legends coming back. We know they're not gonna win. They're gonna get fucking squashed. It's almost like the Royal Rumble's a young man's game.
Yes,
like me. I'm just kidding.
Michael Schumacher. I'm saying it's like nobody's gonna. Oh, you expect Kurt Angle to win or
fucking Goldberg.
Oh no, Shawn Michaels or Rick Flair,
Matt Hardy,
John Cena.
Oh my God, yeah.
Cena, fucking Batista, like The Rock. Like they're not gonna fucking stay.
It's like, oh, well, we win. Okay, we'll win. We'll go do this thing. Match Mania. If they lose, or if they win the title, they gotta drop it the next day.
The only legend that ever came back that like stayed for a little while, give him credit, was The Rock. The Rock had a feud with CM Punk, I believe, and then in 2014, I think, and this was right before the spinning belt became the belt that it is today. And The Rock came back for like a month and a half or some shit for 2014, and then he lost to Cena at Mania. I think that's how it happened. But The Rock is the only legend that came back for briefly 2 months and lost to Cena.
The only legend that has been back and still actually on the roster, he just hasn't, I think, doing injuries and stuff. But it hasn't even won a championship title.
I mean, Edge. I think Edge and Randy, the only two like WWE legends, like at their legendary status now, that they ain't really doing anything.
Randy,
I call Edge Bug Eyes.
Michael, come tell me for a second. But it's like Randy Orton's been there, and it's only been the one time since Edge, and then Edge until he came back like 2 years ago, a year and a half on the Royal Rumble. He has won. He never lost the title. It was the same thing with when Roman lost it, had to drop it. He dropped it because of injuries and stuff. But Roman was able to get his title back, but they haven't even pushed Edge to get to have a run to get the title.
Because Edge's only feud when Edge first came back was against Randy. And then it
Yeah,
was Edge and like I think AJ, right?
yeah, it was like Randy and then Edge, and then he faced Roman, but that's when Roman was like doing his reign. Like if
Then
they,
they got him with the Judgment Day shit, and then they just turned on. That was dumb when they did that shit to Edge. Like that fucking made no sense. Like they could at least had Edge in the fucking group for like a month, and then they done that.
you could
What's the point of that?
you imagine like this, um, if Edge they never turned on Edge, and Edge was still the main leader, and having and then adding like you got Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic. I don't know why the hell he's in it. He's a
Oh,
joke.
yeah, with that mommy shit, dude. That
And
shit's getting on my fucking nerve.
that just a joke. It's like, mommy's like you calling her your mommy? What the fuck?
Him, him, Austin Theory, and Dominic Mysterio are the two most fucking irritating people on the roster.
It's so no, but or they could have found it. But just think, if that would have happened, right? And they never turn on. Imagine having the Judgment Day versus the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
That actually would have been really interesting to see. But they decided to blow, uh, have them turn on Edge, and now it's just uh, Damian, Rhea, Finn Balor, and Dom, and make that's not even realistic now to beat the.
Fucking stupid.
There's no way, and on Monday they're winning the tag team.
That's no fucking way.
It's really, but they could have had that, and it could have gone into either break up or having Edge win one of the titles, and they
Yeah,
could like Edge their group. The Judgment Day could have the Raw tag team, either Finn Balor and Dom, not Dom, Damian Priest could have won the tag team champion Raw. Edge could have won the WWE champion, and then you could have Rio probably win maybe the Raw women's tag team, and then Dom, if they weren't going to push him, maybe had him win the United States. That's not realistically believing. And then still, you still had the Bloodline having their like titles
yeah,
on it, and could have Solo win that, but they decided not to push it, and it could have been. I think it better to as a retirement for Edge if he can actually win at least one title before he retires, and
yeah,
then when he can put it down, like okay, I'm done. I won one last time. I'm retired. Now I can focus on family.
yeah. I definitely agree on that. But
Boss, have you seen what Sequoia did to Kevin Owens?
Like,
I actually didn't see it because breaking news, something happened last night in my neighborhood where it kind of turned off the broadcast.
what are you?
I'm talking about the other night when Sequoia did the slam into the announce table.
That was last Friday. That was last Friday. This Friday, it was Kevin Owens sneaked up behind and kind of took tact soil and the whole thing went apart. But anyways, you were saying before. Stop
Sorry.
So
interrupting.
what I was gonna say is I think we went a little over time because we usually do an hour. So I was just gonna do our outros in the stream, and then everybody who watched the podcast today. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys share the podcast with me and Cody. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. Um, make sure you guys subscribe and be prepared. We don't really have a specific date. We kind of just study material. We kind of just give each other topic ideas and kind of let the topic kind of grow within us between a few days, and then we'll come back out here. Like we had 8 days between this podcast and the last one, and 10 between the first and this one. So it's probably not going to be another 8 days. Maybe in a week, and maybe in a few days. Who knows? It goes differently off of the Cody schedule and mine. But yeah, you want to add anything to that, Cody?
All of this is like we do. There's probably other stuff we'll talk about in the next podcast that we have not talked about. In this one, like we have like a couple other topics, but we kind of wanted to save it for the next time we talk.
Hmm. Yeah.
Topic was to talk about the Chris Breezy documentary, and
Yeah.
then we other stuff.
But all right, guys, we are out here, and we will see you guys in the next live stream.
Peace, guys.
Bye, Voss.